What's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. Everybody's been asking me ever since I started this channel, why do I call myself Mr. Exquisite? Well, today you're going to find out. Why do I call myself Mr. Exquisite? And I actually made a video about 2 days ago around this subject, and actually had a thumbnail made and the video edited. And the more I watched that video before I uploaded it, I absolutely hated it. Hated it. Hated it. It started off with me washing my car and then going and getting the kids at school. It's completely irrelevant to what the thumbnail or what the subject that I want this video to be about. So, why do I call myself Mr. Exquisite? Well, you gotta go way back. Let's go about 20 years, okay? 20 or so more years. And to a young teenager, and his first little taste of the car culture or the car scene. I was, like I said, early teenagers. Unfortunately, at that time, my youngest uncle had to move back in with me and my mother because of a tragedy in his life. And his thing, well, one of his things was flipping cars. I can remember him going and buying a car, taking it, putting a paint job on it, putting a set of wheels on it, sitting at his buddy's house and selling it. And it intrigued me. And so, although I don't do that particular part of the car industry or the car culture, you know, that was my first little taste. And he also showed me how to clean a car real good. I always give him credit for that. He would always bring his, you know, whatever he had at that moment in time, which could have been, in those days, changed from week to week. He would always have it in the driveway, clean it up, paint the underside black of his truck, make it stand out or whatnot and everything like that. So I would go out there with him and help him do that, and that got me interested in that side of the car culture as far as the detailing and everything. Fast forward a few years, I go to high school, and I'm walking into high school on campus and everything like that, and I hear this bass just coming out of this truck, and I turn around, it's a little S10 with a camper shell, and it's just shaking the ground everywhere, you know, as it goes along, it's shaking the ground. And I'm like, whoa, what in the world? So I ended up making friends with a guy, and he turned me on to the car audio side of the industry. Now, once that happened, and I got my first vehicle and started driving, and I put a sound system in that, we used to go around and do sound competitions or SPL competitions, sound pressure levels. And one of the very first, or kind of first ones that that I went to was down in New Bern, North Carolina. And I can't even remember the name of the show. I think it was something like Crystal Coast Nationals. And we went down there solely for the sound competition. And when we got there, they were like, hey, you know, I can't remember why, but I ended up showing in the show also with my car and competing in the competition, the sound competition. And it just so happened that there was a car 3 spaces down that was the exact same model as mine. And I got to talking to him and looking at his car. And then and there is when I decided to switch directions and go to the more show aspect versus the sound pressure level, sound competition aspect of it. So fast forward probably about another 5 years, been through several clubs, won many awards. I decided to start my own car club, and what I called it was Exquisite Dreams. So that's the first leg of the Exquisite name. Now I stayed with that club for about 2 years, walked away from it for a personal reason, and really kind of left the car culture or car scene in the past, because I was young. I had a young family, and I was focusing on them, as most, well, I would think every stand-up man would do. Fast forward about another 5 years, I decided to start a little side gig, mobile detailing. Saying mobile, why in the hell do I keep saying mobile? It was never mobile. It was all stationary. Anyway, started my detailing business, and I called it Exquisite Auto Detailing. All right, so that's the second leg in the Exquisite name. And I kind of kept the Exquisite name in everything I did. Everything I did from the time that I decided to start my own club, like every venture that I did, something had to do with Exquisite. I had Exquisite name on it some type of way. Now, let's come into the present day. And this is going to be the funniest part of this story. We're at the lake with our friends over 4th of July. Having a few beers, been out on the boat, sunburned, just tired, you know, whatever. That afternoon, eating out on the grill, sitting at the camper. And I don't know how, and I don't know why, but the subject of adult entertainer names, what we would call ourselves, what would we be? You know what I mean? If we would be an adult entertainer or whatnot. And I usually don't get into those conversations. I just, they were talking about it, and I was kind of just like, whatever, I don't know, man. I don't know what I would call myself. I'm not even going to worry about that. But my wife kept egging me on, and she's like, come on, what would you call yourself? What would you call yourself? I said, I don't know. I said, Mr. Exquisite Dreams or something like that. She's like, no. She's like, you be Mr. Exquisite. Everything you got's exquisite. Mr. Exquisite. And a light bulb kind of just went off in my head. I said, Mr. Exquisite. I said, okay, I'll keep that in mind. All right. About a month later, my brother-in-law had to have some major surgery, and on his second round of it, his wife came to me and said, look, I have nobody to be at the hospital. Can you please go to the hospital and sit? Because she had just started a new job. They couldn't let her off. And he had went past the worst part of the surgeries. This surgery, they were kind of like, you know, hey, we got this. You know, this is just to tidy everything up. And I said, ain't no problem. I said, I mean, of course, you know, I'll go there and I'll keep you informed and whatever's going on. And I'm sitting in the waiting room. I got my backpack. I got my earbuds in. I got my phone. I'm, you know, listening to you know, music or whatever like that. And for anybody that doesn't know this or even cares to know about this, every one of my videos I shoot with my phone. Right now, I am looking dead at my phone. I use the software that's on the phone to edit and everything. I do not have a major setup. I have a regular old laptop that I go in and do the the cards and the annotations and you know, whatever, all that stuff on after I upload it. But everything I do is off my phone. So that's a little tidbit for you. So but anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm listening to YouTube, and I'm at that particular moment in time, I'm using YouTube for music. I'm looking up music videos, and you know, I've looked at how-tos. You know, people use it every different kind of ways. People like the how-to videos, or people like the you know, whatever, the daily vlogs or the weekly vlogs like we do, or you know, some people just go play music. So, and I don't really know why or how or even how the universe brought this in front of me, but I ended up coming across a page, Guitarmageddon ZL1. I always want to say Z71. I don't know why in the world I want to say Z71. ZL1. Guitarmageddon ZL1. That's a guy named Nick. He's out of Pennsylvania. And his video was one of the very first ones that I seen. And also with a guy named Remington James. Now he's into fitness. He is not into cars. Well, he's got a nice car, but he's more on the fitness side. But his vlogs, I really like his style. So, but anyway, that particular day, I saw both of those channels, and you know, it caught my interest. It caught my attention. I'm like, wow, you know, these guys are just out here filming every day or filming every week and making videos, whatever like that. I'm like, man, that's cool. I said, you know what I mean? And I always looked for a way to get back into the car scene or the automotive scene. I'd always, you know, that part when I left it years ago, and left the car club and kind of I sold my car and everything like that. I've always kind of, you know, missed it. I've always wanted to be back in it some way. Well, I kind of thought, hey, maybe I can get back into it, covering car shows and everything like that. And here on the East Coast, back when I was showing my car, there was a website that was absolutely huge, and everybody loved them, and including myself, and great guys. And it was called dropjawmag.com. And I was like, what if I made like a modern day dropjawmag.com, but done on YouTube? So, kind of stirred on it a little bit, thought about it, talked to the wife about it, and I made a couple videos with my kids, you know, just photos that I had on my phone, just going around editing and whatnot. And searched, of course, on YouTube how to edit videos, or how to shoot a proper video, or how to, you know, the sound of a video and everything like that. Let me tell you something. I have no money wrapped up in this endeavor that I'm in. Other than the travel that I do to the shows or whatnot, I have no money wrapped into it. I have my phone. I have a $5 selfie stick that I carry around. Now, I am going to upgrade that soon. I want to get something that's a little bit more stable, so it ain't all that jerking around. And I have a $5 lens kit that will make the screen appear wider, give it a little wider aspect and everything like that. So I have no money wrapped up in this, none at all. And I mean, you can take that away from this. If you want to do this, you don't have to go out and buy a, you know, expensive camera. I got a camera sitting right here, $600 camera that my wife uses to take photos with. I'm sure I could probably use that, but why? You know, figuring out and everything like that, and I got to download it to the computer, and I got to do all this. Anywho, off subject. Let's get back to the subject. So, back in the car scene, that's why I call myself Mr. Exquisite, because when I started this page, and I said, hey man, I want to do this. So I went, and I started the page, and didn't know nothing about YouTube, upload a video, found, you know, that's pretty simple, but I figured that out. Figured out how to do the cards. Figured out how to do the ends on the videos. Made intros and everything like that. And I mean, you know, if you're looking for a hobby, you know, whatever you do, if you're comfortable talking in front of people, you'll feel comfortable talking in front of a camera. Now, the only thing that is kind of weird is sitting here talking to this phone or this camera by myself in my house right now, talking to you. Or I might be out somewhere and I start talking and I got people around me looking at me like, what's this fool doing, talking to his phone? So, but bigger things come. Really enjoying doing this. I am Mr. Exquisite. That's how the name came about. You can see my whole gamut of when I first noticed cars and started getting into cars versus, or how it progressed into the whole Exquisite, what I call Exquisite brand. It's not really a brand, but my Exquisite brand. And how I used the Exquisite name to kind of morph into this. So, just being silly and stupid and talking about something. Oh, what would you call yourself if you was a male entertainer? Mr. Exquisite. To start this and then say, you know what? I'm going to be an on-camera personality. I need an on-camera name. Mr. Exquisite. That's who I am. Mr. Exquisite. And I love it. Some people are like, what in the world are you doing? And I'm like, hey, it's me. Leave me alone. I'm going to do my own thing. Check it out. Go check the channel out. So, all right. That's it. That's the long story made longer because I know this video is too damn long. I'm at 16.5 minutes right now. No one's going to watch this all the way to the end, but I hope you did. If this is the first time you come by, hit that subscribe button. Give me a big thumbs up. Go check out all my social media. It'll be in the description below. Y'all have a great day.